Well, good afternoon everyone, all 5 of you that end up watching it. It's 3:15, early July, and I'm just about to set off on a very short cruise, even shorter than last time, just maybe 2 miles or so, to a slightly better place that will allow me to work on the boat to do the paint. So needs a spot that's got no undergrowth if possible, but also maybe shade, because the sun is getting a bit much at the moment. Things are getting a bit hot, so I'm going to look for a better spot. So I'm just going to cast off and then we'll be away. Go. And we're away. Right, a few more revs. Let's get this show on the road. We're on the water. And yeah, this will be a short one today. This is the mooring you can see there, Stoak. There behind me, lovely mooring, beautiful location, look, absolutely lovely. M53 in the distance down there, I remember the days. And yeah, just need to find a slightly better place that's more convenient for me to do some paint work on the side of the boat to reach down, because I can't properly get at it. Obviously I'm normally a lazy bugger and I avoid these jobs at all costs, but it's just got to be done. It's even getting me down, so yeah, nice easy cruise. Now the thing about this place, even though it's absolutely lovely and it's about a mile to Cheshire Oaks, which has got every shop and restaurant conceivable. You know, it's a brilliant place if you like a bit of retail therapy. And there's a little village pub over there, which is good as well. Very few times you see people stopping boats here. I mean, I say this, there was a guy here just leaving when I arrived, day before yesterday, was it? But he, yeah, it's the exception, even in the summer. I don't get it, it's an absolutely beautiful spot. But people, it's weird, but there's a place, the place I'm heading for is called Pretty Bridge. It's got a bridge number, but I can't remember what it is. All the locals call it Pretty Bridge. And it's very close to Chester Zoo. And I've stopped there before. So I'm going to try and find a suitable place with a high bank, or certainly no reeds, so I can get at the paintwork. So that's where I'm going. I remember the first time I stayed there, coming the other way, heading north, I heard kind of a roaring sound during the night, and yeah, I was wondering what the hell it was. I didn't put 2 and 2 together and think that Chester Zoo was close by, but it was the lions. Kind of, they do a kind of a roaring noise to each other. It's not a snarl, it's a call. And I popped into the zoo a couple of days later and I heard them doing it to each other, and finally cottoned on that's what the weird noise was. You know, I thought it might be the great beast of Chester or something coming to get me on the canal, because there were no boats around then either. But thankfully no axe murderers, no great beasts of the canal, and live to sail another day. Now this is interesting, because up ahead of me I've got some kids in kayaks, and I'm not going particularly fast, but I'm going to catch them. So this is going to be a little bit dodginess because there's reeds everywhere, so you're limited in terms of your navigation because you don't really want to go through the weeds, and if you do, you have to stop the propeller. I said cut the engine when I've talked about this. I'm not cutting the engine, I'm just putting it into neutral so the propeller stops. So don't write rude things to me on YouTube about cutting engines and things. I know it's not cutting the engine. So anyway, I've got to do that, but then when you do that, you lose the ability to steer to an extent. So I'm not looking forward to passing them. It's always a little bit of a palaver, really, but you know, it's got to be done. And what might be of minor interest to you canal enthusiasts is, I remember up ahead, perhaps half a mile away, there's a long line of permanently moored boats on the right hand side of the canal. So they're paying to moor there. Farmers, you know, presumably landowners taking money off them and allowing them to moor there permanently. And you do see, I noticed some of them, I saw them out and about along the canal afterwards, in the weeks afterwards. So that it's not like they're permanent, they don't stay there, you know what I mean? They do move. So I'm not, you know, I'm not like coming across as like I'm a proper boater because I move the boat, because I only move the boat once a week anyway, so I'm not even a proper boater. But there are some people who never move their boats, or very, very rarely move it, and you do sort of wonder to yourself, you're making all those sacrifices in terms of living in a small space to be on the boat, and you know, but you're not taking advantage of the big positive, which is the ability to move and see different places. Now I'm saying this, and I told you last time that I'd been in the same 20-mile stretch for the last 6 months or so. So I'm just a massive hypocrite, really. But I am moving. Hiya. Hi guys. Just past the wall of the boat. The canoeists have got out, brilliant. No overtaking shenanigans needed, fantastic. So yeah, I just passed, oddly enough, coincidence today. You might have noticed the boat on the right hand side. He is permanently moored. I've never seen that boat move, and I've been here, as I say, at least 3 times now, and stayed for like a week each time. They are permanently moored, and you know, look, it's cheap accommodation. Some people do it just because they like physically being on a boat. It doesn't matter to them that much if the boat's actually moving. To me, it's about the moving thing, or the ability, the potential to move, because I haven't been doing a lot of it in the last 5 months. But you know, but it's an absolutely glorious day. It's just unbelievable. The sun is cracking the flags, as we English say. Just beautiful. A light breeze, so it keeps you, you know, not cool exactly, but certainly it helps you to avoid, you know, getting too hot and sweaty. And I don't do that kind of video, really, to be honest. Obviously, I've been approached a few times. Someone this good looking, it's going to happen to you, isn't it? But no, I've always turned it down. You know, I keep my videos clean. The worst you're going to see is a bit of duck action. Do you know, sort of, apart from being like a terrible joke about the duck action, there is actually it's noteworthy, duck sex, right? It is noteworthy, because I'd been on a canal boat holiday a few years ago, with my ex-partner, and it was that holiday that decided her that it wasn't for her, you know, it just wasn't. And you know, you've got to respect someone's preferences there, but it can be a bit of a hardcore lifestyle. It's not for everyone, you know, so fair play. So at that time I abandoned the idea as well. But we passed a couple of old geezers on, I think it was the Ashby Canal, and we were filling up with water, and these old geezers got talking to us. And I've not got a thing against old geezers, you know, I sort of am one really, you know what I mean, let's be honest about it, but they were a bit creepy. Anyway, some ducks appeared to be having a kind of a gang fight in the canal nearby, and we were looking a bit concerned, and this guy, this slightly creepy guy from the other boat, he seemed to take great pleasure, and he was, you know, really grinning his head off as he was telling us, and particularly my ex-partner, that it was actually a gang bang, it wasn't a gang fight, and that this is how ducks normally do things. They're very violent, and the female duck is often half drowned. The male seems to submerge them as part of the... I mean, I know there's probably people who in fact there's definitely people who would really like that, you know. Sorry, you know, sorry to offend, it's an adult channel, so adult topics, you know, we don't duck the issues here. Yeah, there are some people who would love that kind of thing, frankly. But you know, we were frankly appalled at it, and I forgot all about the thing. And about a month ago, I saw another gang of ducks doing the same thing. And do you know, where was it? It was when I was parked at this pretty bridge. No, it was another spot further on. But anyway, it was the stretcher canal, it's quite disturbing to watch the ducks, you know, when they're at it, so to speak, because the female, it's, you know, like, is it cats that make a lot of noise? Pretty gritty topics today, isn't it? But you know, that's where we've landed, you know. So and I was getting quite concerned. I'd forgotten all about this previous thing, and I was getting quite concerned. There seemed to be a duck under. I saw it was a duck, but I couldn't see much of it, and I couldn't see the reason why the male duck should essentially be looking like it was trying to drown this other duck. And I found out from subsequent conversations with more well-informed people that it was almost certainly a sex act. So I was kind of watching duck porn, really, like live. I can't say I'm a fan. So, you know, yeah, I can't recommend the genre, really. If you ever tickles your fancy as a theoretical idea, yeah, it's not for me. You know, but presumably the human beings who prefer, who have sexual predilections of that type, shall we say, they've got to be, they've got to be out there, haven't they? And this isn't me protesting too much, by the way. It's not my bag, and I'm just, you know, an elaborate cover, and you know, and really I'm a water choking fetishist. I'm too much of a coward for one thing. So, but yeah, the people will be out there, but they'll prefer to watch people. They won't want to watch ducks. You know, or maybe some of them would. These two guys seem to, back in the Ashby Canal, they seem to love it. Now to strangers boaters, perhaps.